they're all getting whacked, and it's going to be bad. Well, here we are. Final season of Mr. Robot. If you're wondering why this video is on the main YouTube channel, is I already knew the prediction video was going to be long, so there's no reason to attach it to the first episode of season 4. And I figured, hey, I'm even making predictions for the final season of Mr. Robot and for this series overall. So why not let everybody laugh at me? I mean, I'm probably going to be wrong, but, like, looking back at my Sopranos predictions, Jesus. Wow. But hey, I prefer to be on record. These people that make sports predictions, Colin Cowherd, and then never back it up and never acknowledge that they ever said it. Pretend it never happened. I always thought Kobe Bryant was going to be awesome, or whatever. Colin Cowherd, that worst motherfucker on the planet for shit like that. Never owns up to any of his predictions. I don't own up to my shit. If I'm wrong, I'm fucking wrong. So, why not let everybody laugh at me? But if you do want to check out the series, it's only for $1 a month over on Patreon. It's my lowest tier. I mean, literally, for the price of a stick of gum. Do they even sell sticks of gum anymore? I don't know. For the price of a stick of gum per month, you can get the whole series. So, anyway, point is, let's do these predictions. Okay. I think it's well known that I believe that the end game of the show is time travel. I mean, they've been setting it up for 2 seasons. It's pretty obvious. I don't know what form that takes. I don't know how. Whether it's like alien technology or actually they're building a machine that can do it, or they've tapped into a natural resource that can do it, because it seems to be like it has to be at a certain location, the Congo or whatever. So it could be located to a certain piece of geography. But I'm not sure exactly. But it seems to be that's what they're going to do. It's about time travel. Which, considering the fact that it's all been about hacking and, that kind of shit and personality and identity, it's kind of interesting they would go that way. And I really believe, because Sam Esmail is just like one of I have more respect to him almost than any showrunner out there. And so clearly he had this plan from the beginning. I am curious, did he know how many seasons it was going to run? Like, did he know going into season 4 this is it? Probably so, because season 4 has 13 episodes. The other seasons only had 10. So the fact they had 13 episodes tells me they knew there were going to be more, they knew this was it. They wouldn't just randomly, hey, let's have season 4 have extra episodes, and then after the fact, oh yeah, by the way, you're canceled. That doesn't seem like it. So they knew. So he knew he had 13 episodes to wrap this shit up. And it seemed like he was going towards the end game all along. Especially at the way the season 3 finale ended. Kind of got right back to the beginning. That kind of thing. With that in mind, I believe the show's going to end kind of like Continuum ended. And Continuum ran around the same time this show ran. It may have ended sooner than this. I can't remember exactly. Continuum might have been around 2012 to 2017 or something. It's somewhere around there. It may have been a few years ahead of Mr. Robot. And I'm not saying they're copying each other. I'm just saying, certain shows end in certain ways, and when you start talking about time travel, there's only so many ways to do it. If you haven't seen Continuum and you plan on watching it, just go ahead and skip ahead. I'll put a timestamp there. You can skip ahead. For the rest of us, what happened was she did change the timeline, and she created a better future. Because, she went in the past. And she was from the future. She went to the past. She created, when at the end of the series, she returns back to the future and realizes there's no place for her in this world. Like, there's another version of her who grew up happy and healthy and still with her family. And, so the husband and kid that she'd been trying to get back to were there. But there was another version of her enjoying that family, enjoying that life. So the character had to sacrifice everything to create a better world for everybody. She created a better world for billions of people. Billions of people are happy, healthy, and whole because of the sacrifice she made. But she doesn't get to be happy personally. She never gets her family. We don't know what happens after that. That's where the show ends. But I have a feeling it's going to be this kind of thing. Because here's the thing. Elliot at some point needs to be punished for starting this shit out. Now, there was other people starting shit. Like, some of this shit would have happened anyway. Probably most of it would have happened anyway without him. But still. He had the idea for the hack. He wanted to do it. Just because he changed his mind, he regretted it later. He tried to prevent it later. He tried to fix it later. Doesn't matter. The bottom line is, he fucked up, so he has to pay the ultimate price. Which means, if clearly this show's going to end with time travel. We're going to go back to, he'll go back. He'll change something in the past. It'll be a better future. It'll be a different future. All the shit that happened won't have happened, and they'll have a better world without consumerism or capitalism or whatever. I don't know what the future that they envision will take place. I don't know what kind of future it'll be, but it'll be a better future. And people in it who have been killed, the innocent people who have died along the way, will be back alive, and we'll see some of them. Elliot will see them, but then he'll either vanish from existence or will not be allowed to have the happy life. Will not be, not have the father. He won't be there, right? That person who went through all this will not get the happiness. And this is where everybody else is coming back in if they skip the whole continuum shit. So I won't talk about any continuing spoilers from this point forward. But it's kind of like I was talking about in one of my recent reviews of one of the episodes. Just because another version of me is happy doesn't do shit for me. If there's a multiverse, and there are versions of me who are married, who have kids, who are happy, who are healthy, and just like, I keep using the word happy, but that's the word, right? That doesn't make me feel better. I'm not happy. I'm not them. Just because they share my DNA, they share where I started, they share a certain amount of my life, and then things diverge for them, and it was better for them, and they're living in a better world, and they're happy. That don't mean shit to me. If I'm not happy, I don't give a fuck about any of them people. You know what I'm saying? So, if I could create a timeline where I'm happy, but it's not me, that doesn't do anything for me. Which is what I don't understand about Andrea. She's talking about, we can rewind this shit and it can be better. And, we'll bring our mother back to life and all this shit. Yeah, but it ain't going to be you. It'll be a different version of you enjoying your mother still alive. And these people that you brought back to life are going to be different versions of those people brought back to life. The people who died in this reality are still fucking dead. Those people in this reality are never coming back. They're gone. Just because it looks like them, played by the same actor, they have the same storyline and the same people around them, doesn't make them the same person. They are different people. And the one who got murdered in this timeline is fucking gone. So I don't think it is a rewind button. Even if the show believes it is. Me and the show might just have to disagree at the end. Now, I don't know that's what the show's saying. Just because one character in the show believes something doesn't mean anything. But I do believe that they will hit the reset button. Things will be great and happy. But some of the characters will pay the price. And I believe Ellie's going to be one of them. Maybe he won't exist. Or it'll be a different version of being happy, and he'll just have to stand here and look on through the glass like the little match girl, right? He can look at the happiness, but he can't experience happiness. That's going to probably be his fate. So that brings us to Darlene. She also made shitty choices. She's also going to suffer. Yeah, she may not even survive the series. She may have to sacrifice something to let Elliot go through the wormhole or whatever, use a time travel device, what the fuck ever. Do something to she'll make some kind of sacrifice that will kind of redeem her actions. She's already been kind of redeeming her actions, but she needs to do more to redeem her actions. So that brings us to Angela. I think I called her Andrea before. I'm terrible with names. That brings us to Angela. And holy shit, she's done the most horrible actions, I believe. She was using Elliot's illness against him. That's where at least Elliot has his illness he can blame for some of this shit. And Darlene has her devotion to her brother she can blame for some of this shit. Angela went into all this like fucking with her eyes wide open. I mean, she that's pretty damning as far as I'm concerned. Now, she's been suffering the last few episodes, and she seems racked with remorse and flip-flopping, and now it seems like Price has convinced her the whole thing was bullshit to start with, which I believe is wrong. So who knows what she's going to do in season 4, but I don't think she lives either. Which creates a problem, because you have 3 actual main characters who we've been with from the beginning, and if none of them gets a happy ending, we're going to feel bad at the end of the series. Now, it may be like one of these mixed blessing happy endings. Like, for instance, Continuum only had a couple main characters. And again, I'm not going to go back into spoilers on that, but I'm just going to say, it was a bittersweet ending at best. So you can do it. You can have none of your characters be happy at the end of the show and still be a successful show. Still be a cult classic. And the fact that I have people that want me to watch this shows me it is a cult classic. It shows me that the finale did not eat a dick. The finale did not shit a bed. Like, some people were happy at the finale. But that doesn't mean the characters in the show are happy. And so I just don't see a happy ending for any of these 3. Now, what I do see is Agent Dom, I think, will get a happy ending. Because she's been steadfast. She's been on the right side of everything. even though she's been compromised and to save her family, she's going to probably do some dirty shit in this next season. As long as she doesn't kill people in the service of the Dark Army, I say she gets happy ending. Now, if she kills people, I think that's a line. She's crossed the line too far, even though her family's in danger. But as long as she doesn't do that, or intentionally cause people to die, not warn them that she knows it hits out on them, not warn them and then they die, right? As long as she doesn't do that, I think she gets happy ending. So I'm going to predict happy ending first. I think she'll be one of the few. And yeah, the rest of the people in the show are pretty much bad guys. So, they're getting whacked and it's going to be fucking horrible. We're talking faces getting ripped off, aliens eating heads, time vortexes ripping them their atoms to shreds. The angel of death coming down and melting their skulls, a la Indiana Jones. I don't know. Something bad is going to happen to these motherfuckers. The rest of White Rose, all of them. Price, whatever that dude's name is, it's all about the fucking punch cards. That motherfucker. They're all getting whacked, and it's going to be bad. So, that's about it, I guess. Guess I'm going to start watching season 4. But I just want to get my thoughts down on record first before I see anything and, can change my mind and adjust my shit to make myself look smart. So, feel free to laugh at me now. Just no spoilers, because, by the time this goes live, I will have only seen the first episode of season 4. So, don't spoil me beyond that. Don't be a dick.